Prince Harry is returning to Afghanistan for the first time in about 4.5 years since his first deployment there. It will be very different for him this time. I spent a couple of weeks in total with him there last time as the pool journalist, as a representative of the print media. There was no coverage of Prince Harry's presence in Afghanistan while he was there last time for security reasons, so I was there to report on what could be reported afterwards. Obviously this time there's no secret. He's going to be in a very different position. He's going to be flying and piloting a helicopter, so he won't be quite on the front line in the same way as he was before, although his impact on the front line will be, if anything, much more. It's what he's always wanted to do, and I think that was what was very obvious last time when he was there. He really seemed to be in his element. He was as far from the kind of palaces you imagine him living in as it's possible to be. He was sleeping in a pit that he dug in the ground in the middle of the desert next to an armoured vehicle that he was commanding at times. Other times he was living in what seemed like a half-bombed out former madrasa, which had become a British base. He was as far from home comforts as anything you could imagine, and yet he did say at one point that this was about as close to normality as someone in his position could hope to get to. He certainly wasn't wrapped in cotton wool at all. I mean, that's one of the things that people have said over the last few years since he was out there. Last people have said to me again and again, oh, but wasn't he kept away from danger? And on the contrary, he seemed to, when opportunity presented itself, to actually slip the leash and go further forward, perhaps than was planned. But he was with the soldiers that he'd trained with and had been with for since he joined the army, in fact. So he was totally integrated into his unit with the Hassel Cavalry. He spent a bit of time with the Gurkhas as well, but was received really as one of them, and I think he's actually been made an honorary Gurkha since then. Well, obviously this was planned long before the recent controversies in Las Vegas, but the situation was quite similar last time as well. When Prince Harry came back from Afghanistan, there was a huge amount of coverage, and it came as a great surprise to a lot of the public that he had been out there and that he had been really serving on the front line just like any other soldier. There's no doubt that it was a PR coup for the royal family, and I think officials were saying at the time that they were absolutely cock-a-hoop at the level of coverage. So there is no doubt that they will be hoping that some of this will rub off again. And let's not forget that even before Prince Harry went to Afghanistan before, there'd been stories in the tabloids about him visiting nightclubs and that sort of thing. But when it really came to it, those things didn't seem to matter in comparison with what he was doing out there.